Hello, my name is Maru and welcome to Summoner School. Today we're discussing Malzahar, the Prophet of the Void. Malzahar is a strong mage champion with emphasis on single-target crowd control. While he can silence multiple targets with Call of the Void, his ultimate is his most trademark move.
Bow to the void, or be consumed by it.
First thing to discuss is Malzahar's passive, Summon Voidling. After casting 4 spells, Malzahar will summon a Voidling. This Voidling will prioritize Malzahar's most recently cast Malefic Vision as its target. By applying Malefic Vision to an enemy champion while your Voidling is out, the Voidling will attack them first. If Malefic Vision isn't in play, the Voidling will attack a random nearby target. While there is no maximum to the amount of Voidlings you can have in play, there is a brief hidden cooldown after you summon one. Voidlings can also be used to tank turrets if you need them to. Lastly, Voidlings get more powerful over time, but only last about 20 seconds. The first of Malzahar's abilities is Call of the Void. When cast, Call of the Void will form 2 walls from the edge of your casting icon. After a brief delay, anyone caught in between the portals will be dealt damage and silenced. Remember that Call of the Void silences and has a short delay before activation. You can also use the edges of this ability to check bushes for you. I take Call of the Void at level 1 and max it last. Malzahar's second ability is Null Zone. Null Zone creates a fairly large AoE which will deal a large percentage of enemy max hit points if they stand on it. Keep in mind that if you use Null Zone properly, you can deal damage to opponents before they move out of it. Damage against minions is capped at 200. Because of the capped damage to minions, I don't recommend using Null Zone to farm. The easiest way to use Null Zone is in conjunction with your ultimate. I take Null Zone at 3 or 4 and max it second. The third of Malzahar's abilities is Malefic Visions. Malefic Visions is a single target damage over time ability. If the target dies while under its effects, Malzahar will regain some mana and Malefic Visions will jump to another nearby target. There is no limit to the number of jumps Malefic Vision can perform, which makes it very good for farming. Try to avoid using it to farm though, unless you wish to push your lane. Malefic Visions is a very unique ability that can be used in many different ways. You can use it along with your ult, to harass enemies, farming, or even in very sneaky ways. If you spot an enemy with low health standing near a minion that is about to die, you can use Malefic Visions on it and it will jump to the low health enemy. I take Malefic Visions at level 2 and max it first. Perhaps one of the most annoying or most awesome abilities in the game, Malzahar's ultimate is Nether Grasp. Nether Grasp will suppress a single target for 2.5 seconds and deal a huge amount of magic damage over the duration. Alone, Nether Grasp does decent damage, but using it paired with his other abilities allows him to quite literally kill a single target in seconds. Pick an enemy champion with low magic resist or harass them until they have acceptably low health. When you're ready to use your ultimate, land Call of the Void, place Null Zone, and use Malefic Visions. If you've done this right, your enemy will be silenced and unable to flash away when you use your ultimate. Regardless of how you use your ultimate, there are a few things you should know. The first is that you should never ever interrupt your ultimate. When you choose to use it, do not move your champion or the ultimate will cancel. Using another ability will also cancel it. Summoner spells like Ignite can be used during it, but the enemy has to be close enough or your champion will move and end it. Lastly, wait until you're sure your ultimate has run its full duration or you will miss a tick of your ult. Next, I will go over my runes, masteries, and item builds. I use generic caster runes, spell penetration marks, mana regeneration seals, cooldown glyphs, and of course health quints. With this in mind, I have been contemplating using spell vamp in runes. The masteries that I use on Summoner's Rift are 21-9 with a point into runic affinity. My Dominion Masteries are similar, with the exception that I have more points into Good Hands, and I actually have a point in Transmutation instead of Runic Affinity. When I'm playing on Summoner's Rift, I start off with an Amp Tome and a Health Pot. Following this, I'll usually upgrade my Amp Tome to a Hextech Revolver and grab Boots on my first recall. I will then build the Hextech Revolver into a Will of the Ancients and grab Sorcerer's Shoes. If I'm doing well, I will usually pick up a Ryleigh's Crystal Scepter and a Rabadon's Death Cap. If I am doing poorly, I will usually pick up a Rod of the Ages and a Zanya's Hourglass as soon as possible. If my team has too many AP users, I will usually pick up a Gunblade to make up for the lack of AD. The reasoning behind this is that Malzahar's Voidlings actually scale off of 100% of his bonus damage. For summoner spells, I will usually pick Ignite and Flash. Flash allows you to get out of sticky situations, or it allows you to offensively jump on an enemy and stun them, whereas Ignite just adds another damage over time effect to your target. With Dominion, my item build doesn't change much, but I usually try to build tankier. In Dominion, Malzahar is pretty good at defending turrets between his ult, his silence, and the spell vamp he can get from items. Because of Malzahar's strong single target orientation, he is very hard to take out of a lane. During teamfights, he can also do a high amount of damage between Call of the Void and Null Zone. This will end my Malzahar Summoner School guide. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them on my profile. Thanks for watching, and good luck on the fields of justice.